Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We bow to our teacher, Lokuswami Mahansa, and worship him. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear meritorious Dhamma friends, today I am trying to explain you one sutta which is from Numerical Discourses, Book of 5. Okay? It's very simple sutta, but has beautiful meaning. This sutta, it is called Upakkilesa Sutta. What is called Upakkilesa? Upakkilesa means corruption, kind of way, or this simple way, if you put Raga, Vesha, Moha, that those are called kileshas, and then which supports those Raga, Dvesha, Moha, which help them to survive, sustain, those are called Upakkilesa. So the sub kilesas are those which supports that continuously the Raga, the Dvesha, and to the Moha. Raga, it means desire. Dvesha, it means hatred, and moha is illusion or delusion. Okay? So these are the upakilesas which Buddha explained in this sutta. So Supreme Buddha explained beautifully. Buddha says, Panchime bhikkhave jata rupasa upakilesa. Because there are these 5 corruption of native gold, means simply which is bring from the earth soil. So that gold has 5 corruptions. Okay. Yehi upakilesehi upakilitham jata rupam cha na chevo muduhoti na cha kammaniyam na cha pabhassaram na pavangum na cha samma upeti kammaya. What the Buddha said in here? Buddha explains that when the gold is corrupted by this, it's not pliable, workable, or radiant. So as we see that in the common world that we call 22 karat gold, 23, 24, something like 18 karat gold. So it depends on the impurities what it has. But if it had a lot of amount of this impurities, then it cannot be worked properly. So Buddha explained here, what are those 5 corruptions for this gold? He says, Ayo, Loham, Tipu, Sisang, Sajjang. What are those? Those are iron, copper, tin, lead, and silver. These are the 5 upakilesas. So our gold is worth if it is refined or it is more expensive when these 5 impurities are not in the gold. So these are the 5 impurities that I explained or corruptions for the gold. When those things is included, these 5 things are attached with the gold, what happened? You cannot work on it. Okay, it cannot be bent properly, and it does not shine. The gold has a golden shine, so it's a very dim light or something like this. So the radiance is doesn't pass there, and it cannot be utilized for the making the jewelries and others. What the Buddha explained here? Buddha says, when someone removes these 5 Upakkilesas from the gold, what will Buddha explain? That when it is finished, then this gold can be utilized for what? Yadi muddikaya, yadi kundalaya, yadi giviya, yadi suvarnamalaya. So when this gold is properly used or properly means cured of all the impurities, get rid of all the impurities, then the person can utilize it for any purposes. If this person wants to make the ring for the finger, so the ring can be made. If someone wants to make the earrings, they can make with that. If someone wants to wear as a, someone want to make the beautiful garland in that way, so they can make it, or any kind of necklace it is built with that. When that all the impurities has get rid of. And why these impurities are there? Means why those so impurities are there. In the same way, Buddha explained this sutta. Okay, so the Buddha gave the similarity of gold. When the impurities or corruptions are there in the gold, it cannot be worked. It cannot be bent. It cannot be utilized for the nice purpose, or it cannot means you cannot make properly because it easily breakable. So in the same way, Buddha gave this sutta. What it says, "Evameva ko bhikkhave panchime chittassa upakkilesa." So Buddha says, in the same way, because there are these 5 upakkilesas, corruptions of mind. Yehi upakkilesehi upakkilitam chittam न चेव मुदु होती न च कम्मनीय न च पब्बासरं पभंगुं च न च सम्मा समाधियति आसवान khayaya. What the Buddha explain? When the mind is corrupted by this, it's not pliable, workable, or radiant. It's brittle and not rightly immersed in samadhi for the ending of defilements. So, as the gold is corrupted, so it cannot be utilized in proper way. It doesn't shine. It doesn't work. It's very hard to work on. In the same way, this our mind is also has the corruptions. Because of those corruptions, our mind cannot be shine. We cannot be worked on, and we are unable to utilize this for the immersion or samadhi, which leads toward enlightenment or leads toward finishing the defilements. So, Buddha explained what 5? Kamachanda, Vyapadu, Chinamitta, Uddhacha Kukkucha, Vichikicha. These are the 5 books. What the Buddha explained? Sensual desire. So, what are the sensual desire? So all the things like now before we started, you were doing impermanent meditation. So what is it explained? Eyes, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind, and the nature of it. And Buddha explained it is impermanent in that way. So because of this 6 senses, so whenever something come in contact with, like I come into contact with forms, then the touch happens, then the feeling arises, and then we choose it is good or bad, and then develops a desire, or we develop the hatred also. So in that way, so all 6 senses, those are called sensual desire. So pancha kama guna also is explaining that it's not only sexual desire, it's a sensual desire. All of the things, what we desire most and more, those are called sensual desire. And that is the impurity of mind. Think like this. When our mind is wanting something, like there are holidays coming or weekend is there extra, and your boss or someone who you work for, they ask you to come in and work for them that day. Will you go with very much joy? Oh, I want to work it. No, you will say the several things to that person. So why I am the only one that who is coming and doing this work, and so and so and so. Because why? Because we made a plan when this holiday will come that we will enjoy this kind of stuff. Everyone is going to the long weekend or for the, going outside, doing parties and all. And I am the one who is working. So that sensual desire, when it is there, it becomes very hard to concentrate and work for. Isn't that true? It is. When our mind is, something is happening constantly, we are thinking. And that time, you try to read the book. What will happen? Nothing. You cannot read anything. You are just reading the words, but the meaning doesn't come because our mind is engaged in that sensual desire. So other things becomes very dull. And this is sensual desire when it is there. If someone want to concentrate, sit down for meditation, and this sensual desire is hurting him a lot of things, lot of words coming in his mind. Or that person said this and that desire, I want to hear, I want to talk. Some of the time that happens. Oh, I haven't talked with my father, I haven't talked with my brother, sister. And those things, when we are sitting down for meditation, those thoughts arise. And immediately we think, okay, I will do meditation later. I will let me talk. So this kind of thing is also what happens. Those are all come into the category of sensual desire. So Buddha says this five corruptions or upakkilesas are there. The first one is called sensual desire. That is there. Second one is called ill will. Ill will is that hurting others with the hatred, having the wrong thoughts to hurt someone or any way, means by verbally, by physically, even by mentally, that we have that hateful thoughts towards someone. Those are all vyapada, the thoughts of ill will. When those are there, it is very difficult for us to meditate. Like when you sit down for meditation and suddenly you remember your neighbor said something to you early in the morning and that you got very angry. You are not usually do that thing, but sometimes it happens. And what will happen? Entire time you are sitting down for meditation, your mind is constantly, he said this thing to me, he never did that thing, and when I see him next time, I will reply with this. I will say this thing to him. Even in the friend circle, someone say any word, we are planning what to reply. In that time, we don't concentrate on anything else because that becomes our prime mind. That is called ill will, vyapad. And when that corruption is in mind, we cannot bend it, we cannot apply, we cannot utilize for meditation, we cannot get rid of our defilements because of the sensual desire which caused our concentration to interrupt, and this ill will also interrupts us. These are two things. Third one, Buddha explained, it is thina middhang. Thina middhang, it means dullness and drowsiness. Dullness and drowsiness. What are we think of when we have this dullness and drowsiness? Let me sleep for a couple of minutes. Sometimes we switch off our phone also. I don't want any interruption. Sometimes we what it called stops the alarm. That okay, I will wait later. When this dullness and drowsiness is there, what happened? We think, oh, it's very early to wake up. We think it's very late, to do the meditation. Or we think, oh, I just ate, so it's difficult. Oh, I'm hungry, let me do. So we delay this part to do the work on our mind. And when the mind is sleepy, when the mind is dull, nothing comes to our mind. And usually when it happens, we seek for caffeine. Oh, I want a strong cup of coffee or tea. Then let me wake up first. Sometimes we say that, you know. So same thing. For work, we may say, but for meditation, we say, okay, let me do later. So that is the third one, dullness and drowsiness. That is the corruption of mind. When that is in mind, when that is our mind is engaged or indulged in that dullness and drowsiness, we cannot think properly. Our entire concentration gets away, and we cannot bend our mind. We cannot utilize it for the purpose to get rid of defilements. We cannot enter in the samadhi. Third one. Then the Buddha says, Uddacha Kukucha. Uddacha Kukucha, it means restlessness, remorse. So that thing also happened to me. There are time comes that when we are unable to put our mind in any particular thought, constant flood of all the thoughts coming to us, continuous, all the interruptions are there, and it becomes weary. And usually we say, oh, I am being clumsy or something like, because a lot of thoughts are running and then unable to think anything else. Like the chain of awe, like when the ship, when they lower the anchor, that time when one hammer and when all the anchor is falling down, it's very strong noise it makes. Same way, once the mind has a lot of thoughts, and that this goes when we have a remorse, when we feel guilty, when we have some doubts on that, okay, I did something wrong, I did this thing, that thing. So with that guilt, with that remorse, what we are doing, we cannot concentrate toward one particular thing, because all the time that thought will come to us, that thought will come to us. So fourth one is called restlessness and remorse. When this restlessness and remorse is in our mind is corrupted with this. We are unable to bend it. We are unable to utilize it. When we are unable to use for immersion in samadhi, which will help us get rid of defilements. Fifth one, Supreme Buddha says, doubt. Doubt is called vichikicha. Vichikicha regarding to Dhamma. Am I doing correct? Am I doing right? Is this a right path? Is this a right choice? And with that doubt, we are unable to move forward. When that happens, we are unable to concentrate. Any time. If you are meditating properly, you may have seen a lot of people close to you that they always, oh, you're doing this thing. Well, I have found something else also. And that is also very workable. And then in our mind, that small thing, okay, there are another path to do this thing. Let me try, let me venture there. And then sometimes it suits, sometimes it's not. But you are unable to concentrate what you are learning from, where you are studying, what you are utilizing. That doubt stops you from progress. You made a lot of mistakes because of the doubt. And then you think, okay, this is wrong what I'm. But the seed is called doubt. Because of the doubt, is all things happen. When our mind is corrupted with this doubt, we are unable to bend it. We are unable to move. We are unable to work on it. That is it often happens. These 5 corruptions of mind cause us to continue our samsara life in this world. Because of these five corruptions, our defilements, desire, hatred, and illusion, those are still there because of these five corruptions. So the Buddha says, when our mind is engaged with these five corruptions of mind, then it doesn't become easy. It is not pliable, workable, or radiant. It's a brittle and not rightly immersed in the samadhi for the ending of defilements. That's it. Buddha says furthermore, what he says, Yatocha bhikkhave chittam imehi panchahi upakkilesehi vimuttam hoti. When the mind is free of these five corruptions, it's pliable. Mudu hoti. Vimuttam hoti. Tam hoti chittam mudu cha kammaniyam cha pabbhasaram cha na cha pabbangu samma samadhiyati asavanam khayaya. What do they explain? That it's workable and radiant. It's not brittle and is rightly immersed in the samadhi for the ending of it. So our what we have to do? We have to get rid of this five corruptions of mind. When that happens, then the fruits of Dhamma, it can be which you see. Yasacha abhinya sachikaraniyasa dhamma sachittang abhininnameti abhinya sachikiriyaya tatra tatreva sakhibhattava papunati sati ayatane. What the Buddha explained? You become capable of realizing anything that can be realized by insight, to which you extend the mind in each and every case. So when these five hindrances or when these five corruptions is finished from our mind, when we are get rid of, when we free our mind from it, then we can use our mind to realization. So the vipassana, the inside meditation can be developed, and the realization of things. You can use this mind to any case, wherever you want it work on. But then furthermore, Buddha explain, when in this way that you can utilize your mind which is free from it. So sache akankati aneka vihitam yiddividam paccanu bhaveyam ekopi hutva bahudapi hutva eko atibhavam tirokuttam tiropakaram tiropabbatam asajja mano gacchaya. So Buddha explain, when if you wish, when your mind is free of these hindrances, free of five corruptions, then you can utilize your mind for any cause. If you wish, may I wield the many kind of psychic power, multiplying myself and becoming one again, appearing and disappearing, going unimpeded through the wall, a rampart, or mountain, as if through space. So different kind of psychic powers you can utilize when the mind is free from its five corruptions. You can dive in and out of the earth as it is water, walking on the water as if it were earth, flying cross-legged through the sky like a bird, touching and stroking with the hand the sun and moon, so mighty and powerful, controlling the body as far as the Brahma realm. You are capable of realizing it in each and every case. So they explain, you can utilize this. Your mind, when this mind is free of this corruption, if you wish, you can have these all things. So all the majority of problems in our life that we are unable to understand our mind or unable to progress until this psychic power, because these five hindrances, it's very tough. It is caught our mind and we are unable to free this mind from. Furthermore, Buddha says, if you want, then Dibbaya Sotadhatuya Visuddhaya Tikkanta Manusikaya Ubosadde Suneya Dibbecha Manusecha Ye Dure Santike Chati Tatra Tatreva Sakhi Bhattabang Papunati Sati Sati Ayatane. What the Buddha explained, if you wish with clear audience, that is purified and superhuman. May I hear both kind of sound, human and divine, whether near or far. So, because of five hindrances or corruptions are free, if we wish, then we can take our mind toward that direction. So, see how difficult it must be to get rid of these corruptions. Because see, all the psychic powers, it can be utilized when our mind is free of corruption. But do we see these psychic powers in our life? No. Why? Because this five corruptions has caught our mind so strongly that in the world, in today's condition, if someone explained, oh, there is a psychic power, no, those are only tricks. You know, they are unable to truly understand the psychic power works in that way. Furthermore, Buddha explained, if you want, parapsattanang parapuggalanang chetasa cheto parichajaneya. If you want, if you wish, then may I understand the mind of other beings and individuals, having comprehended them with my mind. So if you want to see others' mind, if you want to read someone else's mind, then that is also be possible to have that when your mind is free from this corruption. So what are the states of mind? Sometimes the mind can be, mind have a greed. Sometimes the mind have hatred. So the mind thinks of, okay, his mind is with the greed, his mind without, his mind is with hatred, mind is without hate, mind is with delusion, without delusion, constructed mind, shattered mind, expensive mind, unexpensive mind, and a mind that is not supreme, mind that is supreme. So all the kind, this mind is with samadhi and not with the samadhi. His mind is freed and unfreed mind. Those are the state of minds. If the person want to read someone minds, then when someone is free of five corruptions, then he can divert his mind to that direction, and you can utilize this your pure mind to read other beings' mind, and that can be read in this way. If you wish, furthermore, they say, if you wish, may I collect many kind of past life. So this mind has a strength to recollect the past lives also. That last life you were there as a human being, you did these things, not a past life, but let me see the 10 lives before what I was doing, what my name was, and how I lived my life after that date, where I reborn. And so far and far you can go, 1 life, 2, 3, 10, 100,000, 100,000, all the rebirths you can see. You can see many eons, the creational eon or destructional eons. You can see those all things. In that life, my name was this. I was born into this clan. And I look like this, and that was my food. There, uh, this was how I felt the pleasure and pain, and that's how my life ended. All these kind of things that I have collected this karma, and that after passing away from that life, I reborn into this. Those are also visible. Imagine if our mind is free from these five hindrances. Time to time, we do that feel like time to time, our mind is free from this sensual desire, free from hatred, and sometimes, and then we sit down for meditation, we feel very happy, very pleased, and we say, oh, today I did the beautiful meditation, you know. But next day you want to sit down that same in the same way for the meditation, you are unable to do because one of the five hindrances, one of the five corruptions has caught your mind, and then you cannot go further. If our mind is free from these five corruptions, then this kind of all the psychic power can be utilized. If you wish, then you can see the beings are born and passing away according to their karma. That is also, uh, you can imply your mind to develop that kind of meditation. It is called Chatupapadanyana. Chatupapat means the beings are getting birth, dying according to their karma, and according to their karma, where they are getting born. They are born in the superior beings or inferior. They are being born in the heavenly world or means deities or the human world or in further down in the bad places. You know, sentinel beings are there and all kind of birth. And you see that thing that because of the kaya duscharita, vachi duscharita, because of impure mind, impure words, and impure behavior that you have born into the bad words. So, not your, but you can see that beings are born because of these things. So, according to the karma, where the person can be born, it is visible when our mind is free from this five uh, corruptions. So that is also can be seen. And for the last one, Buddha says, so sachya akankati. If you wish, you know, that asavanankaya, anasava cheto vimukti, panya vimukti, ditteva dhamme sayang abhinya satchikatva, upasampajja vihareyanti. If you wish, then this can be happen also. If you wish, may I realize the undefiled freedom of heart and freedom by wisdom in this very life and live having realized it with my own insight due to the ending of requirements. That is also possible. Means if you want to stop all the rebirth, if you want to stop being born and suffering, then that can be possible when the mind is free from these five corruptions. When this mind is free from the corruptions, when you are immersion in the samadhi, slowly, you can take your mind to get all these benefits met. So the Buddha says, these are the, so this way, these are the things. The Buddha says, tatra tatreva sakkhibabbatam papunati sati ayataniti. So you are capable of realizing it, such in each and everyone is there within range. So this is the sutta. What is the sutta explained to us? It's very simple. As the gold has impurities in it, it is very difficult for us to make the jewelry out of it. So we have to, what we have to do? We have to burn this entire gold and get rid of all the purities slowly. When that happens, you can make beautiful things out of this pure gold. You can, if you want, you can make the rings, you can make earrings, you can make, all kind of jewelry. You can, whatever you want. In the same way, our mind is also with the impurities, with the corruption. And those five corruptions, when it's get rid of, when our mind is free from these five corruptions, with these five impurities, then we can use our mind to do anything which is you want. Like if you want to feel and develop the psychic power, you are able to do that. If you want to hear the divine words, then you are. If you want to see the other's mind, read others' mind, that you can. If you want to see how the beings are born in this world, then you can see that also. Or if you apply your mind to liberate yourself, then this mind will help that also. To explain, once that impurities is finished, once that corruption is free of our mind, then this mind can work beautiful things. So our duty, or what we have to do, we have to think for how to get rid of these five corruptions: sensual desire, ill will, dullness and drowsiness, then restlessness and remorse, doubts. These five things we have to get rid of. For the 5 minutes or 10 minutes or an hour, we can utilize our mind like that. But for completely free from these things, it becomes impossible for us now. But as the Dhamma truly works, slowly, slowly, we can reach that destination. So this is the sutta. It is called Upakkilesa sutta. Sutta is called corruption. So may this sutta be helpful for all of us to understand this world. May this sutta be helpful for all of us to free our mind from the sensual desire, ill will, restlessness and remorse, dullness and drowsiness, and doubts. May this sutta be helpful for all of us to utilize this mind to get rid of all the defilements. May this sutta be helpful for all of us to realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Sad, sad. We can.
Bhante, can I ask a question?
Yes,
Thank you very much. It was another beautiful sutta. I assume if you're an arahant, then you're rid of all those defilements. What about different levels? Like when are arahants the only ones who are able to get rid of all these defilements?
The thing is, what you are asking, there are 4 stages of enlightenment, means stages toward attaining the enlightenment. First one is called stream enterer.
Right.
This someone becomes stream enterer, the 3 defilements is finished. Like those are Sakkaya Ditti, Vichikicha, and Silabhata Paramas. Sakkaya Ditti is that me, myself, that thought. Vichikicha means doubts, the doubts, and Silabhata Paramas, that unnecessary practices, we made those practices and things, this will lead me to the enlightenment. Like in India, when you see, the people put all the ashes on their body, lot of chains and all the things, and the things, this will make me enlightened, this make me take to a liberation. So those kind of practices which are unnecessary, those thoughts are totally finished from the mind. So these 3 things is get rid of. Only 2 remains. That is, one is called Kamarag and Patiga. So the desire and hatred, or desire for or ill will. Those 2 remains. Next state, when you become next state you attain, once returner. Sotapana Sakadagami. Then you, most of this raga and dvesha, you finishes. You clean that, most of it, not entirely. And then when you become anagami, non-returner, only glimpse of it remains there. Only few shattered spots are there that you can see, okay, these are there. But after the death, you can directly go to the upper Brahma world and you finish your life being enlightened in that. So only one thing is there. You become enlightened as soon as you go there, or you born there and attain enlightenment with that. That happens to the non-returner, anagami. And the enlightened one, he doesn't have any kind of things. It's completely free.
Mhm.
It is something like this. If you want to wash the clothes, what you do, you clean it, everything, you get rid of all the things what you have attached to it, you see there anything. So the first thing is that. Then you sort out all the cloths, the colorful, non-colorful, and those things. Then slowly you put them, you use the detergent, and you soak them very well.
Mhm.
And then you use your hand to clean it. It is clean. Sometimes you say, okay, this is very dirty. What I will do, I will clean it tomorrow. So you keep one night soaking that cloth. Those kind of things. So the slowly you go to that state. Your purpose is to get rid of this all the dirt on your clothes, but you didn't say, oh, immediately get clean. No, step by step you work, and that is called this karma. So the stream enterer, once returner, non-returner, and enlightened. These four people clean their mind. Only clean mind is enlightened ones. In this very life, he is liberated. Okay?
Mm.
But others, they work for that slowly. That's okay.
Thank you. That was a very, very good analogy. Excellent. Thank you, Bhante.
So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this sutta. Let's share the merits. Today we gather here in this class. We went reference to both the Dhamma and Sangha. Meditation, you did. And then we learned one of the suttas is to explain to liberate ourselves from all five corruptions. We learned that. And we discuss upon the suttas. In this way, we have accumulated a lot of good karma throughout this. We share this all the good karma to all the heavenly beings. All the heavenly beings rejoice in this merit, and they may realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We share this merit with all the departed relatives in this life or long life of samsara who have departed from us. We share this merit with them by the power of Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Their next life may get well, and they may also liberate or they may also escape from this harsh journey of samsara. Sadhu, sadhu. We share this merit with our teacher, Lakuswami Nohansa. He may be well, happy. He may realize the Dhamma. All the monks in monastery, all the nuns in the monastery, in this country, in this world, we share this merit with all of them by the power of Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Get his protection. The Bhantes may realize Dhamma in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu. We share this merit with all of you, all the participants of today's program. We share this merit with them. Your family members, relatives, friends, work colleagues, all of them, they should rejoice in this merit. By the power of this merit, by the power of Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, and deity's protection, you may all have happy life, healthy life, long life. All the fortune comes your way. And you may have the association of noble friends and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Sad, sad, sad. Bless you all. Abhivadana Silisa Nichang Vadapachayino Chattaro Dhamma Vaddanti Ayuvanno Sukambalan Ayurarogya Sampatti Sagga Sampatti Mevacha Ato Nibbana Sampatti Iminate Samicchatu.
Many merits, Bhante. Please allow us to ask for forgiveness.
Yes, Ashan.
O Kasawandami Bhante,
Sukhi Hontu.
Maya Katam Punyang, Samina Anamoditabang,
Natisadvanandani.
Samina Katam Punyang, Mayan Databang,
Advanmodita.
Sadhu Sadhu Anamodami, O Kasadvaratena, Katang Sabang Achayang, Kamatami Bhante.
Kamami Kamitapang.
O Kasa Kamami Bhante, Ditiyampi O Kasa Kamami Bhante, Tatiyampi O Kasa Kamami Bhante.
Sukhi Hontu. Sabadukha Pamachatu. Sukhi. Namo Buddhaya.
Navadaya, many merits, Bhante.
Buddha, thank you, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante. Namo
Namo
Buddhaya.
Buddhaya. Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you.
Pero sana sa Minas